Hey everyone, it's Valentine's Day, and I just wanted to say Happy Valentine's Day. Oh god, my arms hurt from working out the other day. But yeah, it's Valentine's Day. I thought I'd do a vlog, and so what really inspired me to do this is watching Hutch's videos. And if you've been around the YouTube gaming community for a while, you probably know who Hutch is. He and Blame Truth and Excaliburs, I think, were the first people to really start doing gameplay commentaries over their Call of Duty videos or whatever montages they were doing at the time. And so, he's been doing these things. My experience with Mr. Sark and Hollywood Angels, that we don't know are important people over Mission or Respawn. And yeah, I followed them for a while, and so those are very interesting videos. And I thought, what better time than to do a short little my experience with my girlfriend Claire. So as you know, today's Valentine's Day, and most of you don't know that today marks the second, or the end of the second year that I've been with my girlfriend. And I'm not going to go into the whole long, boring story of how we met and all of that, but just more of our relationship so far and how she affects me and just how much I really appreciate her and how much she changed my life, really, and how much she impacts it on a daily basis. And this video is really just a shout out to her. And I love you, Claire. But I think the person that anybody watches this video knows me as is somebody very different from the person that existed 2 years ago in my body. So when we started dating, it was my second semester of college. But really, we started talking again and getting close again at the end of the first semester. And at that time, I was in a very strange place. We had met in my senior year of high school. She was a lower classroom when I was senior of high school. And we sort of had this instant connection, and we were both kids then. But she was like, very much a kid, and was having a lot of issues at the time, and so was I. And so nothing really came of that. I ended up dating this other girl who ended up cheating on me, and it wasn't a great experience. But no, but we were friends for a while, and then we stopped talking for almost a year. Just sort of drifted apart. And then one day, it was maybe, I think it was the last day before I left for college, I was just like, hey Claire, come have dinner with me. I'm not really sure what possessed me to do it, but I was just like, the day before I left for college, I wanted to get, for some reason I wanted to see her. So I took her to dinner, and we just talked for a long time, and then after that it was sort of that was a very elucidating moment for me. Wow, I haven't had this person in my life for a long time, and I should have. She's grown up a lot since we started dating, but the core Claire is still the same person. She's still the very kind, compassionate, caring person who is very much. See, I always have the hardest time putting this into words, but very much there for other people, I think. And even when we reconnected again, she didn't interact a lot with other people in real life, but she just made friends on the internet and would be there for them all the time. And even though she didn't, actually know them in any what most people would consider that word, in any sense of that word. But I don't know, something about her. And of course, I find her very attractive. She's a beautiful girl, and I'm a man. But no, that was never it, and I don't think. I'm gonna cut some of this out because this is just me. Yeah, I just decided to turn on the camera and talk. And I didn't think this through because I don't know what to say. Claire has the heart of a giver, of a mother. She's always there for me. She's always unconditionally supportive of anything that I want to do. Anything, however outlandish. However it might not even suit me, and I'm sure she knows, and she probably knows from the very beginning things that, like, when I later understand or come to realize that, wow, I would be really, really shitty at that if I tried to do that. But I'm sure she knew the whole time, but no, she's nothing but supportive all the time. And she's loving and caring and nearly always makes me feel loved and feel that I'm important to her, which, for someone like me, my personality, I've always, I think, one of the biggest things I've always sought was to be needed by someone, and God knows I need her, but she always makes me feel needed, and I think that this quality of hers to make other people feel special, not everyone has it, and very few people that I know have it. And it just stood out me so much because, for most of my life I grew up in Mississippi, and say what you want about the place, there's nice people, it's whatever, it's sort of a slow place, people like it, people don't. I found the place entirely uninteresting, completely uninteresting, and there were a few people that were interesting, and there were the people that I saw as friends. There weren't very many, that I found interesting, Not to shit on the entire state for everyone to say it's a crap place to live. No, just for me, I was highly interested by the culture and the political views and everything about the place. But she stood out, and after I went to college, we weren't. There was. I felt something, but I wasn't. I wasn't gonna go after it, and at that point, I was still somewhat a broken person from other circumstances. And I remember when I met Elliot, who was the actual love of my life. He was my roommate in first year of college, and I actually told him this story. I told him the same story I'm telling you now about how this girl, that something about her, and I may never see her again. I just left my home in Mississippi to go to school in Baltimore, and I met her one time again before I left. There's something about her that I can't seem to give up. And so we kept talking after that. We kept texting and being on the phone on a regular basis. And it was strange because when I went to Hopkins, I expected that I'd find people there that interested me a lot. Maybe even find a girl there that I want to spend the rest of my life with, because it's Hopkins, like-minded people, and that was definitely true. When I was at Hopkins, I think I made the best friends that I've ever had in my life, and I miss them so much that I cannot express it. Especially being back here with the people here, and they're good in their own right, but they're not. This isn't the place for me, and I'm miserable here because I miss Hopkins so much, and I miss Baltimore and that setting. So definitely, I do think that was a place for me, and I'm glad that I went to Hopkins and I met the people that I did there. But I didn't meet someone like Claire that I thought, I didn't meet anyone that grabbed me the way that Claire did. And like I said, it took a semester for us, a past semester really, for us to start dating, but through the culture shock of changing to a very liberal environment compared to Mississippi, very much progressive, people very different and from very different places. I honestly thought that I would meet someone there and just forget all about my life in Mississippi completely. And for a while it seemed like that would happen if it weren't. But it's Claire back here that I still talk to all the time, because I think somewhere in my heart of hearts I knew that I had to give it a shot with this girl. And so, it was that first Christmas I came back. So I didn't come back for Thanksgiving. I spent my Thanksgiving, my first semester, at Elliot's house, which was a fantastic time. And Elliot's family's amazing as well. But the first time I came back after I started college was at Christmas. And I'd been talking to Claire up till then. Nothing seriously anything past being friends, really. But we were just talking all the time. And when I got home, the first day that I got home, I think one night, and then the next day, she really wanted to meet up, just be like, catch up, I haven't seen you in months. And I said, sure. So I had lunch with my mother at this Chinese place. And then we met at my mom went back to work, and we met at a mall, someplace close to there. And it was like that. It was instant. I don't know how it happened. But the second I saw her, I gave her a big squeeze, and it was like magic. God, that's like the most cliche thing I've ever said in my life, but it was literally like magic. Wait, I fell right into just being super close, talking about everything, making each other laugh, um, even eventually holding hands, and like on the first day, it was just like, what happened here? I don't know, but okay, I'm okay with this. And so yeah, from then on, it was just closer and closer. We started hanging out every day. I think that first vacation I had home, I think every day of that vacation, which was 2 or 3 weeks, I saw Claire, and we would just hang out and talk and just be together and go to movies and whatnot. You know, boyfriend girlfriend stuff, but we weren't at the time. It was bizarre. And let's see, that New Year's we went to my friend Zach's house. That's right, I took her with me to Zach's house for a New Year's party. And we hadn't had another one since then until this New Year's. But yeah, that was maybe 10 days later. Within 10 days, I was comfortable bringing her to see my friends and all of their girlfriends who were all there together. And I don't know, it just snowballed from there. I can't explain it. You know, I got back to Hopkins. We weren't dating officially or anything. You know, nothing had happened between us other than just having this instant lightning. Suddenly, something's going on. And I think we both knew then that it was going to have to go somewhere. Right? We were going to have to actually take an action here, or leave it and not come back to it. And I've talked to a lot of my friends about this, but if you have a very good friend of the opposite sex, or of the same sex, if you're into that, you know, whatever. If you're very, very, very good friends with someone, if you become very good friends with someone, that implies some sort of there's a chemistry there. Right? Like my very best friends throughout my life, people like Xiaoxin, you guys won't know these people, honestly. People who are very important to me. My best friends were girls, Xiaoxin, Ricky, Elliot. All these people, I've had a connection with, right? And they're very special to me. I was very close with them. And at some point in the relationship, you know, along the line from being acquaintances to being best friends, there had to have been some feeling in the middle at some point for any of those people that, you know, we could be more than friends. And I think I talked to Xiaoxin about this a while ago, and she had said, like, yeah, I've had the same experience with all of my good guy friends. It's just like, you know, you can't be, you know, two people who are that compatible enough to be best friends, and of the opposite sex. That doesn't really happen without at some point being maybe there's more. And so I expected that this was going to happen at some point with Claire, that it's going to have to make this decision. What I didn't expect was that, unlike those other people, I actually could not go the other way with it. I physically couldn't. It was one of, I think, what is it, in Greek mythology, where people who are supposed to be together are twined by some invisible strand, and that's what it felt like. Like I couldn't. And this girl, look, she's a sweetheart. She's my baby. I love her more than anyone in the world. But god damn it if she did not do some things that annoyed the living shit out of me at the time. And some things I couldn't stand that she did. Oh god. If you ask me now, I can't explain how we got together. But yeah, there are things about her that I thought made us completely incompatible. I was wrong. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole lovey-dovey story details of it, but we continued to get closer even though I was a few thousand miles away. I didn't see her again until spring break. But over that time, we became closer and closer, and on Valentine's Day of 2011, we decided that we were actually going to be together. That's how it went. So, We both grown a ton in the last 2 years. She, like I said earlier, when at the time I was still such a broken person, and I didn't have any direction. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I'd gotten into the best BME program in the world, and then after a semester or so, I had realized I didn't want to really do it. Uh, yeah, and I was still, I was just a lost person, and how supportive Claire's been, just with how amazing she is as a person, how fun she is to talk to, how her silly little antics just make me laugh, and smile. Thinking about her makes me smile, and just how much she makes me think whenever I think about her. Sometimes when she makes me angry, or sometimes even when she makes me angry or sad, because no relationship is without its ups and downs. But even when she makes me upset or unhappy at some point, whenever I think of her, I think, this woman, the experience that I've had with this woman, I will cherish for the rest of my life, in any capacity, because she has done more for me than I can ever hope to express. And especially coming home, some of you may not know my story. I explained it in another vlog a while after I came home, when I finally stopped uncontrollably crying every time I thought about it. But when I had to come home because the government fucked me over, she was and is up to now, when I have to get up every day and go to the school that I hate. She's the reason that I'm able to do it. Whenever I wake up and I have a text from her in the middle of the night, just saying I love you and have a good day at school tomorrow, it gives me the energy to get out of bed and experience all these things here that make me want to kill myself. And so, I guess, I don't know if I can continue crying like a little bitch. I'm already starting to tear up now, and you can probably hear it in my voice, but it's Valentine's Day. It's been 2 years. Happy Valentine's Day, Claire. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for making the last 2 years of my life, even though it's been the most turbulent 2 years of my life, the best 2 years of my life. And here's to 2 more. Love you, honey.